Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kevin from Pollen. And when we're out there at the pop-ups talking to you guys, I always get the question about, is your product third-party tested? So what I wanted to do was clean off the table in the lab and do an in-depth look at how we do all of our testing process here at Pollen Apothecary. We want to be super transparent with everybody, and we believe we make the best CBD products in the world. So we want to show you how we do that. So first off, we use a family farm up in Oregon that grows all of our hemp, and they're USDA organic. So everything's certified USDA organic. So boom, right here, we got the farm certification. We require this every year from them. So they send it down, we save it in the computer, print it out, and put it into our binder. So boom, USDA organic. Up there in Oregon, what they do is they work with the Oregon Department of Agriculture. So they come out and test the flower. So first boom, right? Number one, we got the flower test. So what Oregon wants to know is the THC above or below the 0.3%? So hemp equals THC less than 0.3%. Or cannabis equals THC more than 0.3%. So the only difference between cannabis and hemp is how much THC is in the flower. So up there in Oregon, they test for potency of the flower to make sure it is hemp and not cannabis. So boom, right here, we got the test. This one for the THC came out at 0.0443%. So boom, Department of Oregon said, you got hemp, you're good to go. So that's number one, that's the first test. Number two is when they take that flower and extract the CBD oil out of it. So they use organic alcohol to do all their extractions. So they do their extraction, then they filter it, winterize it, remove that solvent, and then distill it. So when they distill it, they're hitting pretty good numbers on their CBD and THC. So for their CBD distillate, they're at 80% CBD, 2.3% THC. And this is not a final product, so they're allowed over the 0.3% at oil. So that's no problem. And you could see right here, they have 4% CBC, 1.4% CBG, 0.7% CBDV, 80% CBD, and that 2.3% THC. So when we're buying organic oil, CBD oil, we're looking for a full spectrum of cannabinoids. We don't want just CBD or anything like that. We want all of the cannabinoids as they are in the plant. It's very important for us to bring you guys the best CBD oil, and that's a full spectrum oil. Now also at this stage, at test number two, they do pesticides and residual solvents. So when I say they extract with alcohol, they do extract with a solvent, organic alcohol, but then they take it back out. So it's not in any of your product. But you have all the pesticide testing here. It's gotta be non-detectable. So there's no pesticides obviously used at the organic farm. And then here's your residual solvents test. They stripped all the residuals or all the solvents out, so there's none of that stuff in your product. So that's what we're getting here at the lab for Pollen. Organically grown, no solvents, no pesticides, and a full spectrum of cannabinoids. So we roll over to step number three. This is our cleaning process that we came up with here in the lab. So we take that oil and clean it. So we do more filtering. We do winterizing to remove the fats. We do all of the water washing to remove all the water soluble content inside that oil, and then we redistill it. So we strip out all the terpenes, flavonoids, all the waxes, all the fats, the chlorophyll, everything. We strip all that out and we just want the cannabinoids. That's the medicine, that's what you want. That's what makes us a little bit different than other companies that leave all that stuff in. We think your cannabinoids should not be bound up to fats or waxes or any of that stuff. Should be clean, taste good in the tinctures and whatnot, and bioavailable, ready to be used by your body and your cannabinoid system. So, boom, you see here, this was number 7 a little while ago, but we're sitting at 99.977% cannabinoids. So nothing but the cannabinoids you want. And you can see again, we're running at 90% CBD now, 3.07% THC. We have 3.8% CBC, 1.4% CBG, a little bit of CBN, and a little bit of that CBDV. So full spectrum of cannabinoids, just as they were in the plant. We don't mess with any amount of the cannabinoids in the plant. We leave that alone. We just strip everything off of them so they're bioavailable, ready to go. Tinctures taste good, all that good stuff. So at this point, we clean it, or we test it as what is called a full panel test. So it gets tested for the potency again, the pesticides again, the residual solvents again, but then also microbials, mycotoxins, and heavy metals. So let's get into it. I already showed you that potency. The next page is the pesticides. No pesticides detected at all. And this is in the oil, not in the final product. So it's the most concentrated point to do the testing. That's why we test it here at the oil. Microbials, no microbials detected, no mycotoxins detected, and no heavy metals. You got to watch out for the heavy metals. A lot of soil already has natural arsenic and lead in it. So you do not want any of that stuff, obviously, in your final product. So make sure your product is tested for those, because we do see that in the industry with arsenic and lead. And then once again, the residual solvents, there's no residual solvents in the product. So now we have what I believe and what we believe is a superior CBD oil ready to go on the product. We know it's super clean, all USDA organically grown, and ready to go. So test number 4 is once we actually make the formulation. So the oil goes into whatever formulation we're doing, whether we're doing the tinctures, the chill, the restore, the massage oil, any of that stuff. Once it goes in there, we want to make sure you're getting what you paid for. So this is just the last chill batch number 26. And you could see that you're getting 261 milligrams of that CBD per ounce. So we send them a 1 ounce jar, they test it. So if you buy the 1 ounce, it says 250 on the label, it's 261, pretty darn close. And then if you get the 4 ounce, which is the bigger bottle, you're looking at 1,044 milligrams of CBD per bottle. It also has the THC in there, the CBC, CBG, all that good stuff that we discussed before. So we know it's clean, we know it's grown organically, everything's cleaned up, and you're actually getting what you paid for. So super transparent at Pollen. We wanted to discuss all that with you. We're not hiding anything. We believe we're the best in the business. And to keep our license here in California, we have to do the track and trace. So everything you see here gets written down, submitted to the Department of Hemp in California, and they give us our license. So yeah, that's about the whole process. If you got any questions, shoot any comment, or any questions down in the comment section. Feel free to do that, and I'll answer them right there for you. Thanks for watching this long video, but we wanted to give you that in-depth look. Appreciate it.